Okay, I'd like to call the meeting to order, please. And you have the civility and decorum there. You can read if you like. The school board meeting shall proceed according with school board policy. And I'd like to begin with a pledge of allegiance to the flag, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have roll call, please.
Mr. Chrisman?
Here.
Mr. Disler?
Here.
Mr. Fedorcha?
Here.
Ms. Franz? Here. Ms. Husak? Here. Mr. Kern? Ms. Culp? Here. Ms. Snyder? Here. Mr. Green?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Public comments?
No one signed it.
No? Okay. Okay, we're all good with that? No one signed in apparently? You've all received copies of the minutes. Is there a motion to approve those minutes, please?
Here.
Second.
Motion and a second. Question or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And so ordered. Board reports. Ms. Husak.
Thank you. For the CLIU, there's a bunch of stuff towards the end of the agenda to vote on, just standard practice of things that we just that time of year to vote on some of the policies, the procedures, and things like that of the IU. We did not have a February meeting. We skipped February because of the holiday, and we will have our next meeting next Monday down at the IU building in the conference room, 6:30 start. Feel free to join us. Thank you, Mr. Green.
Thank you. CLIU, Mr. Fedorcha.
You have the minutes, and really from other than that, I don't want to step on a student's report again, but I don't have anything to report tonight, sir.
And I apologize, I said CLIU, I meant LCT.
I knew you
got
meant.
my
I knew who you
letters
meant.
mixed up. My apologies, I'm sorry. Next we come to legislative report, and that was something that was taken care of by our person who resigned. So we need a new person to step up and do that. Is anyone interested in volunteering? I don't know if we need a nomination election, but, okay, not so many hands at once. Come on, guys, you would like to do that?
Take care of it.
Okay, you got it.
What I need to do.
All right.
Thank you.
It's a good position.
I'm doing that without an election, and I'm assuming no one's objecting to that. Is that okay? I mean, if anyone wants to squabble, we can, but no, you got it. Okay. See, this is stuff I do that I need to have a helmet for. Nothing from LTRIC at this point in time. You've all received copies of the committee reports that are on there. Student representative tonight.
Yes, Victoria unfortunately could not be here tonight, so it's just me. I have a pretty lengthy report, so I'll get started right away. The first thing I have is Brody Rothrock. He came to National Honor Society with the idea of making Valentine's Day cards for senior citizens. So NHS and Student Council worked together to make lots of cards to deliver to fellowship community on Valentine's Day. And they have expressed their gratitude for Brody's initiative in the following note that they sent to us. I am sending this note on behalf of the residents and staff at Fellowship Community in Whitehall. I want to express our gratitude to student Brody Rothrock and his fellow students who handmade Valentine's cards for our seniors. The cards, over 500 of them, were then distributed by Brody and a small group of students. They spread joy through our community. It is always great when young people visit and engage with our population. This was a very uplifting project, and I commend Brody and the other students for their effort. It also gave everyone great hope for the future. Respectfully, Mary Kay. So that is a great initiative, and we really want to applaud Brody Rothrock for that initiative and National Honor Society for getting involved in that. So besides that, to continue our report, the senior class will be hosting a Chick-fil-A fundraiser night on March 15th from 5 to 8 p.m. That's this Wednesday at the Chick-fil-A in Whitehall. Anyone is able to come and say that they're supporting the Northern Lehigh class of 2023, and portions of the proceeds will be given to our class. If you could come out, we would really appreciate it. We're kind of making ends meet, getting like prom, senior trip, so this would really help if you could come out, and I would appreciate that.
Danielle, excuse me, what time? Is it all day or is it just at
5
night?
to 8 p.m.
Okay.
So those 3 hours. You can come mobile order. Actually, it's no mobile order, but you can do drive-through, takeout, or you can come inside.
Thank you.
What's the date?
And what was the date?
March
on that again?
15th, it's Wednesday.
March 15th, this coming Wednesday.
Okay.
They're gonna be backed up on MacArthur Road. You're not going to down the road.
And I assume that will be in the Times News, just,
So,
Wednesday, fine.
next I have student
Yeah,
council.
where's
This
it at?
week,
Chick-fil-A.
we're getting into our spring pep rally and spring dance. So we started our spirit week. Today was day versus night, so it's kind of like, I wore my pajamas, so you could do pajama day. And then tomorrow, the spirit day is barbecue dad versus soccer mom, so that's like the quintessential characters like that. And then the remaining days are surfers versus bikers, athletes versus mathletes, and blue versus white. So on March 17th, the day before the dance, there's going to be a pep rally in the gym where we'll recognize winter and spring athletes and then play a few games, which is very exciting. We did this again for the first time last year, and it was really a hit with everyone. And then on March 18th, to end out the weekend, the spring dance will be held from 7 to 10 p.m. Up until Thursday, we will be selling tickets for the spring dance for $10 each, and we combine this with our food drive initiative. So you can get up to $5 off your ticket by bringing in up to 10 cans. So this is really good to get that food drive going, as well as kind of initiating students to donate. Last week, some high school, middle school, and elementary school students were able to see previews of the musical and the step team show. From March 9th to 12th, our theater program performed their show, The Lightning Thief, the Percy Jackson musical. It was a really great show. I got to go see it, and I really want to just shout out Aiden Scanlon, Susan Gilsbach, Jackson Hunsiker, and the rest of the show. I know them personally, and they're great people, and they performed very well in the show. So if we could get a round of applause for all the musical, I would really appreciate that just for that. Yes, it was a really great show, and I'm glad that so many people came out. I know their show was sold out on Sunday, so that was exciting. That hasn't happened for them in a long time. I know Jackson was very excited when I talked to him. Also, like I said, the step team had a preview, and they're having their stomp show on April 28th at 7 p.m. in the high school gym. So that's another good, newer thing that has come to the high school. So I will be excited to see that as well. Continuing on, I have some exciting LCTI news. Julia Jakowitz and Sasha Singh have qualified for this year's DECA competition, which is like a business-related entrepreneur sort of competition. So congratulations to them on their success with that as they compete at the state level. Additionally, the high school has had a therapy dog visiting. I have not gotten to see the therapy dog, but I saw a bunch of students who engaged with Valentino, and the pictures look great. I'm glad we have this new opportunity coming to the high school. Like last year's event, we will be having a career fair again this year that will be on Friday, April 21st from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And grades 7 to 12 will be able to visit the different organizations' booths and learn more about what they do and consider possible career opportunities. Again, student council will likely help with this, and it was a great event last year and a good learning opportunity. I know there were so many different vendors and booths that a lot of people had fun seeing all of that. Just some things to keep in mind. The junior-senior prom will be held at Penn's Peak on April 29th from 5 to 9. We're kind of getting all those details fixed together. It's been a long road trying to figure out prom stuff, but it's finally coming together. We have committees dealing with decorations and ticket stuff, and tickets are being sold, so that is exciting. And then Mr. Northern Lehigh is something run by student council that will be held in the high school auditorium on May 13th. We just had a meeting for that today, so we have our participants and the show will occur. To finish off tonight's report, I have our sports report. I wanted to start by recognizing the girls basketball team who made it to districts and then played in a states game this past weekend against Lion Mountain. They unfortunately lost in a very close game, but congrats to them on a great season. They did very well. To round out the winter season, Winter Athletic Awards Night was held on Monday, March 6th for wrestling and girls and boys basketball. For the awards winners, Cadence Peters and Aubrey Pollard received awards for girls basketball, Nick Buskirk and Connor Sims received awards for boys basketball, and Chase Moffitt received the award for wrestling. So a big congrats to our athletes there as well. And then finally, spring sports have begun. On March 6th, baseball, softball, and track and field began. Baseball and softball's first games are March 18th at home at noon, and track's first meet is March 21st at Penn Archel. So go out and support the spring sports if you get the chance. And that is all I have for my report. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very good report. When do you guys like go to school and study?
I don't know.
It's amazing. Thank you for that report, really. Do we have a solicitor's report?
No report, thank
No
you.
report, thank you. Business manager, Ms. Malzers?
So currently, we are finishing up the budget, the first round look at the budget. That will be presented at our finance committee meeting coming up in April. The first passage of the budget will then be at the May board meeting with a final, hopefully, at that first board meeting in June. Also on tonight's agenda is the motion for the bond refinancing. And that is on there. If there's any questions, we can entertain those. If not, it's a simple refi, just basically not extending any debt, not extending the length of the debt. It is just merely for lower interest rates and paying less on those bonds.
And how much will we save on that?
Roughly about $65,000 overall.
Thank you. Anything else?
That
That's
is it, thank you.
Questions? Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Stoker.
Thank you, Mr. Green. This evening at your places, you have our ESSER grants update for members of the public. There's a copy out in the lobby as well. With regard to our ESSER 2 grants, in about 6 months, that grant will come to a conclusion. So in September of 2023, so there's been some money that's been moved around in order to close out ESSER 2 and then have our remaining grants that are still available through September of 24. So with regard to ESSER 2, we moved payment of salary and benefits for the ESSER paraprofessionals and administrators from ESSER 3 to ESSER 2 in order to be able to close that grant out. Within ESSER 3, there's salary and benefits for the nurse at Peters and some of our other positions as well. Created, the concrete pad was put in the back for the Slatington tent. The Shanti project was paid for. Automagical, which is a platform that we use, and the hotspots for the internet were paid out of ESSER 3. With regard to ESSER 3B, for learning loss, there were no expenditures. For summer enrichment, there were no expenditures during this period, but there were for after-school tutoring for the high school. So that's the spending with regard to ESSER. For the next item, the comprehensive guidance plan. Our comprehensive guidance, or 339 plan, is on the board agenda for approval tonight. I just want to remind all that are present that the plan was developed over the course of this year with our core team and additional stakeholders from the community, including the students who also sit on our advisory board and are directly impacted by the plan. The comprehensive guidance plan was posted on our website after the Education Committee in February, and it's been posted through this board meeting tonight. We did not receive any public feedback on the plan, but we did make some minor adjustments in-house to it just to meet the maximum upload size. Within the portal, there's only so much that we can upload with regard to each of the pieces that they require. The district is not required to post it publicly or bring it to the board for a vote for approval. However, with regard to being transparent, we like to bring all of our comprehensive planning to the board. So we are doing that this evening so that all of our information with regard to college and career programming is public. Once approved, we will submit the plan to PDE by the deadline of March 31st. I'd like to especially thank the core team of Mr. Stroll, Mrs. Crucial, who is our department leader, and all of the school counselors for all of the hours they put into creating the plan, as well as all of the members of our advisory board who are listed in the plan, and many of which are in this room. So thank you, everyone. It was truly a collaborative effort. That's my report for this evening, Mr. Green. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Stoker. Who's next? Superintendent, Mr. Fink.
Thank you, Mr. Green. So every 6 months, school districts must review publicly their health and safety plan and note if they're going to make any changes to their plan. So we are at 6 months and 1 day today, and I am recommending that we make no changes to our health and safety plan. However, we must continue to keep it posted on our public website. Any questions on the plan? Okay, thank you. Once again, Danielle beats us to a lot of our, but much more articulately than I can. I would also like to congratulate the girls basketball team on winning 15 games this past winter. The girls basket team qualified for Colonial League playoffs, District 11 playoffs, and the PIAA playoffs. The girls won 2 playoff games and have not reached the PIAA playoffs since 2011. This is only the 5th time in school history that the girls basketball team qualified for the PIAA playoffs. Congratulations to the entire team, all the coaches, and of course all the fans and parents that supported them on their journey this year. And that concludes my report this evening, sir.
Thank you. An executive session was held at 6 p.m. For personnel items this evening. Speaking of personnel, we'll go to item 4, personnel, and if you would please remove item C from the agenda. That would not be approved tonight, so we'll look for items A, B, and then D, E, F, and G. Is there a motion to approve personnel?
So moved.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second? Questions or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And so ordered.
And Mr. Green, if we can just pause for a second.
Sure.
I would like to first acknowledge our 2 retirees, Mr. Yadish and Mr. Herzog, who are not with us this evening, but you know, just a wealth of service and knowledge for the school district is retiring at the end of the school year, and we'll do a deeper acknowledgement of them later in the school year. I would also like to welcome, congratulate, and acknowledge Dr. Lori Coons, the soon-to-be new high school principal, and welcome to Northern Lehigh. I'm very excited to work with you and help you learn much more about Northern Lehigh School District. You got a glimpse into your student body a little bit this evening, and that is very representative of the great things that happen in the high school and throughout the community. So again, welcome and congratulations.
Thank you all. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Feel free to take a shot. Congratulations. Welcome.
You
Talk about articulate, right?
can speak if you like, but only for 3 minutes. That's the limit. So.
No, this is my husband, Kavit, and he is my biggest supporter and cheerleader. So, but I've said this a couple of times. I just feel so blessed to be part of such an amazing team. I want to know how to get to the back row. Maybe I'll middle's good. No, but just I've been just so impressed and honored to just have time with the board and with all of you, and I can't wait to meet all of you, my team, and the kids. You know, pretty exciting stuff. So we're going to have a lot of fun together, and I just look forward to it. So thank you. Thank you for the trust that you're putting in me. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else you need? Are you okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, we have a whole bunch of policies. Is there a motion to approve the policies on the agenda?
So moved.
Motion, second? Question on any of the policies? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no, and so ordered. We have 2 conferences. Is there a motion to approve the conferences?
I'll make a motion.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Second? Any questions on the conferences? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no, and so ordered. Curriculum and instruction, we got a whole bunch of items there also. Excuse me. Is there a motion to approve the items under curriculum and instruction?
So moved.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Second?
Mr. Green, I'd like to compliment the entire committee and particularly Dr. Stoker on an excellent, excellent comprehensive guidance plan.
I'd also like to say I like the fact that our students will have more opportunity for dual enrollment classes. I just think giving them that opportunity and frankly getting them started on the right foot is going to be awesome. So
I agree.
thank you for expanding the program.
Any other comments? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no? And so ordered. I see nothing under old or new business. Is there anyone have anything? No? Okay, we have a whole bunch of financial stuff here. Is there a motion to approve the items under financial?
So moved.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Questions or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And so ordered. And I guess I'm just going to make one quick comment on this and let it go. I'm looking at items J and K. And essentially what that's saying, in case anyone is still wondering, we have entered into an agreement to continue purchasing electric the way we have, which essentially means at this point that the Peters project will be on hold for a minimum of a year at this point in time, and the Slatington project will be on hold for 2 years because we'll still be continuing to purchase electric. Now, we will be asking questions, we will be getting questions answered. There's a possibility that there might be some construction, et cetera, started if we get the right answers as we go through it. But for the time being, they have been delayed for 1 and 2 years respectively because we're purchasing energy here, so we can't really use them.
Correct. So if the board approves solar at the Peters campus, it would start in December of, construction would start in December of 2023 for a transition in the summer, the following summer. And then for this campus, it would be the following December. They're still working through permitting processes at both locations.
Okay, I mean, I don't see any people here who are having, well, a couple people who have a little objection, but anyway. So if anyone streaming is here, you see that, that's on the, kind of on the table at this point in time. Where we am in legal. We have an expulsion hearing waiver. Is there a motion to approve the waiver for the expulsion?
Here. Second.
I heard it down here somewhere, yeah.
Yes, me.
Robin and Gary.
Just so
Any questions on the expulsion? Not all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. And so ordered. I have nothing under conference. Anyone?
And the correspondence at this
Nothing
time.
at this point in time.
Thank you.
You have information of a couple of the outside groups there. Any guests?
I know I signed up.
No one signed up for that? I don't know if it's the right time to do it or not, but I'm just throwing it on the table. I was looking through some PSBA stuff the other day, and they have a kind of board self-evaluation form that you can fill out as a board. And you can do it obviously online, and then at the end you can move forward in 3 ways. You can have a representative from PSBA come to your district and go over the results with you if you want. I think there's a charge of $800 to do that, if I'm not incorrect. Or they will do it online for a charge of $400, or you can get the results and just sit down by yourself and go over them and say, oh, we did pretty good in this one, but we were really kind of, you know what, in that one. And I'm just wondering if the board would be interested in taking the time to do that. I don't know how long it would take to go over it, but it might be interesting to find out if we all sit down and match up what we're doing against, you know, what other people are doing, how they're doing it, etc. So I'm just throwing it on the table if the group is interested in proceeding with that. I think I saw a head shaking one way down here, but no?
Can we decide that for next meeting?
I'm sorry?
Can we decide it for next meeting, only because I'd like to see what it is before.
Okay, sure, yeah, I'm just throwing it
before
on
I
the table.
agree
I don't need a decision tonight. It's not something that needs
The only
to be
thing I would
done.
comment is I think that if we do it individually and we do want to, and we're willing to share with each other, we just do it with ourselves. I don't see we need to spend the money to have somebody tell us.
That would be my feeling also there.
I mean, after that, if we see something exceptional that we need some explanation on, then maybe we can go to PSBA, but initially, I think we can do it with internally.
I think if you go on PSBA website, there's probably a place there where you can find it and take a look at it. It's, I don't know, 15, 18 questions, something like that, if I remember. So think about it, and we'll come back next month, or maybe at the committee meeting and have some discussion on it and see whether you want to
It's
proceed
good
with
to have a
it.
self-reflection.
What's that?
It's good to have a self-reflection.
Oh, I agree, yeah, I agree, and excuse me, I can't hear, and with your mask on.
I know, I'm sorry. I do not have COVID, I have a very bad head cold. I'm sitting next to some people that I did not want to share it with. Or you.
So just something to keep in mind, and, okay, if there's no other business to be attended to, is there a motion to adjourn?
Real quick,
yeah.
I just want to give a special, I know, Mr. Link, you touched on it earlier. I just want to give a shout out to Mr. Yadish and Mr. Herzog for retirement. Mr. Yadish had to put up with Mike Kraft back in middle school. So congratulations, finally. Mr. Herzog fortunately did not have to put up with mine, but did have to put up with my kids. And he rocked my kids' football jersey this year, so just wanted to give a shout out to them too.
Thank you, Mr. Chrisman, thank you. Anyone else, any comments? No? If not, then I will once again ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
And a second? All those in favor of adjourning, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no? And so ordered. And we're done here.